that this falling off in the trade was severely felt by the people of Benin, was demonstrated by the Oba's request, in 1838, that Moffat and Smith settle that palaver with the King of England. Although Moffat interpreted the Oba's request as a reference to British interference with the slave trade, it is more reasonable to assume that the Oba was actually troubled by the general falling off in all trade, including ivory and palm oil, which was explained by Captain Owen. Richard Burton observed, in 1862, that it was a hopeless task to restore commerce to Benin. Since the Bénin wove their own cotton cloth and brewed their own wine, Burton thought that they seemed to care little for the suspension of trade. It became painfully evident that they could stand the ordeal better than we could. Indeed, Oba Diallo accepted the abolition of the slave trade as a fait accompli, and never even alludes to its revival. Burton also reported that the factors at Guano were unscrupulous, and he recommended that their factories be abandoned and razed to the ground. Apparently, his suggestion was followed, for Galway, in 1893, said that there had been no factories at Guano until very recently. Palm oil, agreed Burton and Galway, was then the primary export. The latter also noted that the Itsekiri do their best to obstruct direct trade with Benin proper, and that the inland waterways leading to Guano were very dangerous because of snags, rapid current, and sunken trees. An overall view of the period, between 1486 to 1897, yields the conclusion that the European slave trade was seldom, if ever, of considerable importance to Benin proper.